it to me. Hawthorn. Sorry. Look, it's finals time, boys. I'm a little happy.
Yep.
I'm not going to pick a team because
You're picking two.
I'm picking two. I'm picking two. I'm picking Hawthorn. We love Hawthorn. I love Hawthorn. Been on them for a long time. I feel like I've been on them.
Yeah, you have been.
Next season, a team may never score against them with the players that they're getting in.
Oh, God, yeah.
No one may ever do anything against them. They're getting Josh Battle, Tom Barris. Who else wants to go there? Petrarca wants to go there.
Yeah, mate.
Right. And they win the flag this year.
It'll be 120-7 every game.
I reckon Barris and Battle will be secretly hoping they don't win the flag this year, Hawthorn. Because if you're getting traded there, right?
Yep.
I don't reckon you want to come in off a flag.
No, you want to be...
You want to be there for the flag.
You want to be there for the flag. You want to be able to show some improvement.
You're correct.
If they win this first final and then they lose, I reckon that's
great.
That's
Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Because then they come in and say, "Hey, we can take you a couple of steps."
You agree with that though? You don't want a flag.
No flag, no barrage.
You don't want to roll in after a flag and be like, "Oh, hey guys,
how are you?"
Question for you: does the draft order matter on round 24 ladder, or is it the finals? Like
so round 24, but then finals. Yeah.
So if Hawthorn win the grand final,
they finish first.
They finish first.
Right, and so the West Coast get picked.
That's right.
18.
That's right.
So we need Hawks out ASAP.
Wait, why do West Coast? Oh, you think you're going to get your first rounder for Tom Barris?
We better. We bloody better.
Hey, guess what? BackChat powered by Paywise. Welcome to the show.
Powered by me.
Jaiden's just doing some guarding. Hey, Jaiden.
Powered by Hammer.
Powered by Hammer. We're still going through the novated leasing process.
Had yourself a lease. Yep.
Absolutely.
How's yours going?
Oh, it's that good. I'm a king. I'm driving around like a king. It's so good.
Mate,
Yep.
We went
saving the environment too.
We had a couple of beers down at Pickabar today.
Yeah, it's
Thought,
good.
You know what? Early clock off. So
Why
go
wouldn't
down
you?
Beers. Yeah. It was just a couple,
This is
and they were half mid-strength.
I was
at 11.
We were both driving.
11
So
o'clock.
we
Early
drove out, and I'd driving down Newcastle Street either way, and saw this pearly white bloody car driving down, and it was Const out the window going, "Bye guys, build your dreams, Dan."
Yeah, build
Got to
it.
build
Hey,
it.
got a
you
good
are
show
building 'em.
coming up for everybody. Tom Morris, Channel 9's Tom Morris. That is
Which channel?
right. Credit where credit's due.
Of course, you got to credit him.
Tom Morris, Channel 9, will be joining us very shortly live. So if you've got questions over on YouTube, we've got young Smithy on the YouTube chat over here. So you want to interact, today's your day.
You're chatting with Smith, not Chad Evans.
We've
No Chad Evans on the chat today. I'm here.
We've
Live.
unleashed Smith. We've unleashed the beast that is Smith, and he's on the chat. But if you want to get some questions in for Tom Morris, you want to put some super chats in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Super chats will go right to the
Smith,
top.
you just start yelling out when super chats
yell
come
a super chat.
flying in. So he'll be joining us soon, fellas. But before he joins us, so I don't think he's ready.
Jaiden just gives us a thumbs up when he's
Yeah,
there.
great. He's not there.
He's giving us a thumbs down. So he's
Okay.
not.
So that means he's not there.
So let's talk some footy. There's a few
Why don't I tell you what I did last night?
Okay.
I'll tell you what I did last night.
Okay.
Tell me.
Drove out to Mandurah.
Drove out to Mandurah or down to
Down to
Mandurah?
Out. From depends where you are.
Tom Morris would like to be let into the Zoom call, please.
Yeah,
Jaiden.
good. That Mandra chat was going nowhere. I think, wasn't
Asking
it?
to be let in. You'll join the call when someone lets you in.
There you go.
Please let Tom in.
Anyway, quickly.
Chuck the photo up,
I want to know
Jaiden,
about this.
of where I was last night.
Oh, there you are.
Just hanging out with the guys.
With fucking Gary Ablett Jr.
Me and Gaz just hanging out at the at a bar in Mandurah.
You're looking at him.
Is he taller than you?
Slightly.
Mate, head and shoulders above him.
Really?
Would you surprised at that? I saw a photo with them together.
I would have thought you guys were around about the same size.
So did I.
We took like a bit of a selfie photo together, and that was like,
yeah.
He's like half a head taller than
Yeah.
you.
he's a giant.
Yeah.
He's
I
a
tried
beast.
explaining this to Dan. I was like, I don't look at Dan as like someone really small.
No.
But I look at Gary Ablett as a small AFL player.
Yeah.
And then next to Dan, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
he's
huge.
He's the best player I've ever seen.
He's one of the nicest men I've ever met. Couldn't fault him. Just genuinely the best person ever.
Yeah,
Gary Ablett. Trying to get him on the pod.
Right.
Been planting the seeds.
That was big.
Hope for the
That'd be
future. Gary Ablett getting on the pod. Very nice guy.
What was the crowd down there? Didn't you do an auction?
Did an auction. Auctioned off some of his memorabilia for a charity of his. And auctions are rough. Have you ever done an auction, Hammer?
Yeah, mate.
Hammer's quite good.
I've sold the house down a few times.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, Hammer leans very much into abusing people.
I
and-
got up there and sold a Josh Kennedy poster. It was his signed poster, and everything else was going for about 900, 800. And I said, I refuse to leave until this sells for 1,700.
Oh,
Because that's what
17.
and I was up there for 10 minutes. Everyone, get off. Pay me 1,700. Ended up selling to them. Anyway.
Gee, very good. It was a bit of a rough crowd at the old in Mandurah. There was about 30 people there.
Yeah.
Not interested in spending any money. I think they paid $20 to get to watch it and get a pint.
Yeah.
So I think I sold something for like $1,200. Another thing
$1,200.
very
What was
good.
it?
for it's like a senior and junior signed Guernsey.
That's massive. That's
very
good.
There's some footies and stuff there, but yeah, I didn't think that I'd be spending my Thursday evening with Gary, but there I was.
There you were.
Bloody
hanging out.
great job,
Guys.
Daniel. Hey, while we're waiting for Tom to sort this out, all Australian team came out overnight. Tell you what, a couple of boys we were very happy with in the side.
A couple of boys were very happy with
Jeremy
Deluge.
Deluge,
Gov.
Luke Ryan.
Yep.
Yes.
A couple of boys we weren't happy not in the side. Got to be like, I mean, look
Yeah,
at
have a
look
look
at
at
the
Deluge.
Luge.
No tie. The 2023 Blazer.
No smile, no tie.
Gov.
I've been here before.
Gov
Yeah.
just says all Australian, doesn't have a year on it.
Yeah, it doesn't have a year on it. Strange.
apparently
I think
the
Jake's
Luge
was
was
the only
the
You
one.
only
only
one.
get one blazer, just so we know. We've had this confirmed by multiple All Australians.
You get one.
You get one blazer. So that blazer there that Gov's wearing is not his blazer. Does that make
So
sense?
yeah,
to you?
he the one that he got for his first Australian, he's still got.
Yes, but he's not
Jeez.
wearing it there.
No, so he
So
gets
they've
that
got
one to
props.
put on, and
I
then
don't
he
know
takes it off.
where they're pulling them from, if they've got extras lying around.
Wow.
But Jake Waterman was wearing the 23.
That makes no sense.
So whose is it? That is someone's. With the embroidery. So on
Yes.
your blazer, you get the year embroidered. So
it's
he's
a
wearing.
one-time
I think.
2020.
Has anyone had a big?
My theory is, right?
Tom's in, by the way, but
yeah, we'll
continue.
get Tom in a second, right?
Channel 9 Tom.
My theory,
9
yeah,
Tom,
from
yeah.
Channel 9.
Thank you.
Uh,
Shout out.
Credit where credit's due.
Of course, got to
Obviously.
credit.
Now,
Wide world of
my
sport.
theory is.
That's still them? Yeah,
my
cool.
theory is.
Olympics.
One of the boys who
Wipeout.
we'd have to have a look at this, right? All Australian Wipeout's a very good show. I
Who
think
does
one of the
wins?
boys have brought their blazer along,
SAS
and
Australia.
they haven't got enough of them on. Are you still got?
Yeah, I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
Is
That
that
was
not?
Channel 10.
Don't
Oh
you
fuck 'em.
dare.
Hate them. Hate that show. Then.
But I reckon one of the boys bought their blazer. They haven't got enough blazers, and someone's gone, fuck, have we got any blazers? Or alternatively, they've picked the player who lives the closest to Crown or wherever it was last night and
Yep.
said, mate, we need to get a blazer in here. Jake doesn't have one.
But it would have been someone who's only been All-Australian 2023,
Correct.
right?
So can we track?
need
Smith,
to
I
track
know,
that
I
down.
know you're busy on the chat over there, but can you track down of the All-Australian team last night, the 23,
Who was
which
in?
ones of those have only been All-Australian once that was in 2023?
Jeez,
And
that's
I
going to be
want,
tough.
I want a list, please. Thank you, Smith.
Yes.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm assuming we're good to go here, Jaiden, very much.
Many thumbs.
If I can welcome to the show,
So many thumbs up.
just
4
brilliant, a brilliant journalist working for a brilliant organisation in Channel 9.
Channel
Channel
9.
9.
Where,
Yes.
and when you've got to credit things and you credit where
course.
credit's due,
It's
you
just
credit
respectful.
Channel 9.
It's a respectful thing to do.
We welcome to the show
I dream a genie.
Tom Morris. Hello,
Oh, there he
Tom.
is.
How are you,
Hello,
mate?
Tommy.
Hello, Will. Hello, Hamish. Hello, Dan.
Hello.
I can't help but think that's a little pointed message
No.
toward Channel 9. Can you talk me through that?
No, not at all.
No.
No, absolutely not.
We're respectful people and we want to give credit where it's due.
That
of
is
course.
exactly right. Thank you very much, Dan.
The furnace.
Now, Tom. Yeah, you didn't mention the furnace. You didn't mention the furnace.
I'm gonna just try and remember as this chat goes on things from Channel 9 that I've
Great.
seen and just put them in there.
Hey, mate, thanks for joining us.
Australian
We
Catchphrase.
do appreciate this is a Friday night.
Tipping point.
Back at home, mate. There's a fair bit going on in AFL land at the moment. How's your last couple of weeks been chasing the news?
What happens is, and you guys would know this, as soon as the home and away season finishes, there's 10 teams that are out, and it just becomes this smorgasbord of trade news. And most years are pretty interesting. This year's a bit more interesting for reasons I'm sure we're going to discuss.
Yes.
But it's been an unbelievable couple of weeks, and it's been busy, that's for sure.
Let's start at the top then. Your football club. You're a big Melbourne fan.
Shambles.
Christian Petrarca. You've got Cozzy Pickett wants out. You've got the president on radio fumbling around. I've got to be honest. I've seen a few things.
Ben
but that
Brown's retired.
that was a fair bit going, mate. Can you break a few of these things down for us? Maybe start with the Christian Petrarca situation. I feel
Well,
like
I'm just going to pull you up on something. I'm not a big Melbourne fan. I'm a lukewarm Melbourne fan.
Is that
That's
right?
probably the best way to describe
Is
it.
that right?
I think my love for Melbourne is probably, it's got a bit colder over the years. I think when you work in the industry, You see the way things work behind the scenes. I loved it when Melbourne won the flag. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, of
Is that
course.
right?
Yeah, and
You
now
like
he's
when
gone
it's like-
lukewarm. Of course, that makes plenty of sense.
Yeah.
But I'm not the fan that I used to be. That's for sure.
Okay,
and
okay.
Fair
and I
way.
think I can just separate myself.
Hey
from,
mate, you don't have to talk to me about being a fan.
Yeah.
Mate. Right, play the West Coast. I'm wearing a giant scarf and a Hawthorn jumper.
Yep.
Talk to us about Christian Petrarca. What is actually going on here? You're a newsbreaker with Channel 9, of course, credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wipe out.
Now, I need to know what's happening. I feel like there's a lot of
Well-
stuff going on. Can you give us the straight facts of what's happening with this situation?
Well, I said 3 weeks ago, it was actually 19 days ago, that Christian Petrarca would request a trade tomorrow if he was out of contract.
You broke this. You broke this.
I didn't know that it was actually going to get to this level. I knew that he was disgruntled, disillusioned. Actually, probably for the second time in my entire career at 9, which is in fairness only 8.5 months, I used the auto cue, and I've never used an auto cue before this because I wanted to get every single word right for this Petrarca story. How disillusioned he was, how angry he was, how frustrated he was. But it's just escalated. And Jake Nile in The Age used a good analogy today. It's like a boulder rolling down a hill. Every day is bigger than the last day. And the Kate Roffey interview yesterday only made things more problematic for the Ds. But he wants out. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out. I've been racking my brain every day. How could this possibly happen? I think if it was next year, when you can trade draft picks 2 years in advance, he'd find a way to get out. But you can't do that this year. And I just can't see a way that any player would want to go to Melbourne at the moment, given what's going on, which would satisfy the Ds. So he's trying to blow it up at the moment. He's got time to do it. But as it sits right now, I just can't work out for the life of me how he's going to be able to get out.
Mate, I've seen this and heard this, but it's gone over my head. Essentially the fair work claim that you can play through the AFL if he wanted to. Like the doomsday trigger that he can sort of say, hey, what is that?
It's a grievance clause that no player, I don't think any player has ever utilised, certainly not for a long time. And my view on this, clearly I'm not a lawyer, but having spoken to a couple of lawyers over the past couple of days, they said that this is null and void because he actually asked to come back on the field. If he didn't, and he openly admits that he asked to come back on the field. If he didn't ask to come back on the field, if he was even neutral towards it, he might have a claim.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, as far as I understand, he doesn't have a claim. And even if he did make that claim, I don't think it would get through the legal process. So he'd be trying to blow it up that way, but I just can't see it happening.
Sorry, Dan.
Yes,
so
sorry.
with this stuff, I always, like Hamish and I definitely always try to look at this with a bit of a player's lens, right? I look at this.
I used to play footy as well, Will.
Yeah, that's right. And I know you're a good cricketer and you love playing golf and jumping on tee times with the Brayshaws. I know all of that now.
The best thing about the tea times with the Brayshaws is whoever's losing at the time the drinks cart comes around pays for all the drinks.
Yep.
So they can see it from the distance and you can just see them try
Yeah,
25% harder.
and the best thing is I know Dad's account number, so you just put it on the account. Yep, no worries. There it goes. Yeah, that's on
No,
there.
I'm not saying because we were players. No, this is we just try to look at it from the players' point of view, right? So Melbourne's, mate, and I've heard some stuff as well. Players aren't happy here. If you've got your best player, regardless of what's going on, whether it's culture, whether it's how it's handled, whatever the reason is, if you've got your best player, obviously, like clearly this is happening, going, I don't want to be at the football club anymore. The Melbourne players would be filthy on him. I don't actually care what the reason is, unless it was something that they'd caused, that they'd done, and maybe that's a culture thing. I don't know. I reckon they are filthy, and that's why I think he'll get out the door. I reckon the playing group will just be like,
Even
well,
the
see you
players
later.
will
You don't want to be here? See you later. That's how it works in the footy club, Hammer.
Yeah, it is. And even like looking at the Rory Lobb situation a couple of years ago at Freo, it's awkward. You want to get out. You openly say, imagine if TB doesn't go and he's got to stay at West Coast. Like
I'm
people
cool with
just, you're cool with it. But people get there and as a player, you're like, if you don't want to be at this football club or you don't want to buy into what we're doing, leave.
Correct.
And so, yeah, it'd be
It'd be
awkward.
You see, you've been racking your brain how it happens. Top. Like, what do you think is the best or the most likely situation if he was able to leave? How would it happen?
I think you need to get a third club involved.
Right.
That's the only way that it could happen. So Melbourne somehow get a key forward or a gun player from somewhere else. Again, I don't know how. And then he gets to Carlton, let's say. I've got pages of notes about how this could possibly happen, and none of them make any sense because fundamentally, you need to get a player that's contracted to go to Melbourne. And which player, and the Ds know this, like which player in their right mind would go to Melbourne at the moment, given what they're going through. Like, why would Harry Mackay leave Carlton for Melbourne? The only way it would happen possibly is if a player wanted to extend their career or get more money at the Ds. But the Petrarca camp thinks it's still red hot. They still think there's a genuine chance with 30 or 35 days till the end of the trade period, and that's why they're trying.
What about Cozzy Pickett, another Melbourne player, wants out? Obviously, like Richmond have turned this as from a max exodus to the rebuild is on. So Melbourne are still playing it close to their chest. What's happened with Cozzy?
Cozzy gets unsettled every year. Cozzy, a lot of the time in his career, has been thinking, I wouldn't mind getting to South Australia, I wouldn't mind getting to WA. And if you speak to people at Port and you speak to people over in the West, they'll say that he sort of flirts with it quite regularly. This year, it's obviously more significant because of what else is happening at the club. But I think Melbourne is more likely to keep him. He's a contracted player. I know that the contracts don't mean everything, but the way that Melbourne see it, and I think his management see it, is that he's more likely to stay. And he's not as, I don't know how disgruntled he is, not in the same way Petrarca is, but I think he's using the old favourite family reasons as why he wants to get back to WA, which is hard to say no to, but I think footy clubs need to in the end. It's a professional business, he's well paid, and I'd be more surprised if Cozzy left based on what I've learned over the last 24 hours.
So the wonderful thing here, Tom Morris from Channel 9, we have live on YouTube, we've got questions coming in from our fans, so I've got a couple for you. Ash says, can you ask Tom, give me some good news about the Saints, please, Moz.
The only way is up is probably the best news for the Saints. No, I think the Saints, they finished the year well. They won their last two. The Saints and Jake Nile, again, I use Jake Nile all the time, but he wrote a really good article about 2 months ago, because there are clubs in the AFL now, like St Kilda and North Melbourne, and maybe to a lesser extent Essendon, which have all the money in the world, but they still can't attract gun players. Like St Kilda could have offered Josh Battle more than what Hawthorn were offering. Josh Battle's taking a pay cut to go to the Hawks.
Yeah.
So I'm here to try to give some good news about the Saints. I think they're well coached. I think they're well drilled. I think they've got good leadership, but they're stuck in that mid-rank zone, which is Death Valley. That's the worst place to be for a footy club.
So that's a great answer. Grace, thank you for joining us, Grace. Grace says, do you think the mental scars of the injury, this is Petrarca, could force him into retirement? Is that a possibility? Does he go, you know what, I'm not playing anymore if you can't trade me?
I think highly unlikely, given every year for his contract, he's going to be paid between about $1.2 and $1.7 million. So I think even if he just stands at full forward in the VFL, he's playing for another 5 years.
Okay, good to bloody know.
Makes a lot of sense.
Joanne asks, any news on Harry Perryman to the Hawks? Is anyone? Is anyone not going to the Hawks?
Yeah,
I
what's
would
happening?
like to ask.
They've all of a sudden become the sexiest club in footy. It's unbelievable, isn't it? They were a basket case a couple of years ago, and now even at Norton 5, people were calling for Sam Mitchell's head.
Not here.
And,
not
we
here.
were all aboard
Not
him.
here. You know I'm a big Sam Mitchell fan and a Tom Morris fan.
Yeah, I'm also a Sam Mitchell fan, less of a Tom Morris fan. But I think with the Hawks, they're going to get Barras clearly in the trade period. They've got Battle. It's between them and Port for Perryman. And I can't split it. I can't give you an answer where he's going to go, but I don't think he'll be the Giants.
How are they going to get that done? Like, how are they going to get Battle, Barras? How are they going to do it?
Two are free agents. So Perryman's a free agent.
Cash. Understood.
Battle's a free agent.
Paying
They've got lots
really?
of cash. And what people forget is as well, they got Jager O'Meara and Tom Mitchell's money coming off their books in about 6 weeks' time.
Right.
So that's about $1.5 million that they can then go and spend, plus what they've already got, and plus the CBA uplift. So they've got stacks of cash.
So I want to move us over to the West. There's a fair bit. I can't remember a trade period where there's been as much going on for both West Coast and Fremantle.
Fremantle's a destination club all of a sudden?
Well,
everyone's coming
apparently.
to Fremantle?
Well, apparently. But
They finished ninth. I don't see how.
Yeah.
2 games out of 4th, mate. Didn't play the last 10 games with the best fullback in the competition. Didn't
You're
have a ruckman.
You're a Freo fan.
Oh,
Tim.
Didn't have a
okay.
ruckman. Didn't have Josh Tracy. I'm a North
I thought
man.
you were
Best
North's
club in the
biggest
world.
fan.
Okay.
I thought Shinbone Spirit.
Yeah, mate. I'm a massive boner.
Travis Hunter wants to know, Tom, can you be honest here? What do you think the Dockers should pay for Shea Bolton? And I'll add, what do you think they will pay for Shea Bolton?
Oh, what should they pay?
Yeah.
There's a bit of noise about Shea Bolton that he didn't exactly endear himself to some Richmond teammates this year.
Okay.
So I don't know whether that comes into it at all, but clearly being contracted means he's probably worth more. I think the Dockers should pay a first rounder and a second rounder for Shea Bolton. I don't think he's worth 2 first rounders.
So if they do that, and this is a question not from the floor, but do they have an opportunity to go and get Cozzy Pickett as well?
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, absolutely they do, because they can use future picks as well. It's just whether they can fit them both in, but surely you can find room for Cozzy Pickett and Shea Bolton. And I think it's about right as well, by the way. It might start as 2 first rounders. We'd like to say 2 first rounders, but clearly pick 15 and 18 are very different to pick 9 and 10. So I think you've got to be a gun to get 2 first rounders. And I think Shea Bolton has great attributes, but I'm not sure he's a proper AFL gun yet.
Ben Harding, a.k.a. Dan Const, asks, give us some good news about the West Coast Eagles. Wasabi. Want some West Coast Eagles news.
The old North Melbourne player. Speaking about boners, Lee Harding?
I used to play on him. Very
Did you
good player.
really? Continue.
Not the Lee Harding.
West Coast Eagles. Give us some West Coast Eagles news.
It's actually unbelievable that a team. How many games did West Coast win this year?
5.
They've won 6 in the last 3.
Yeah, okay. So a team that was down the bottom of the ladder this year has the fullback and the full forward in the All-Australian team. I find that unbelievable. Jake Waterman and Jeremy McGovern.
Believe it.
And you got Harley Reid. You got the most exciting player in the league. So I like the Eagles. I like the way they're brash and arrogant. And ever since tipping them not to win the flag in 2018, I'll never say a bad word about them again.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah,
I did forget / totally remember that.
But tell us about the play, because Liam Baker obviously highly linked to the West Coast Eagles, but now Freo apparently they can get him, Cozzy, everyone else. We've got to get someone other than Graham, right?
Well, it's hard. It's hard down the bottom of the ladder getting players, isn't it? I mean,
not if you're not paying anyone, Tom. I reckon they got a bit of money to throw around.
I think West Coast is an attractive club to go to. I mean, they're a big, stable club. I think the information I have of the Eagles is they're waiting until the coach comes on board to really make some moves. So whoever coaches will have a big say as to where the current players play on and then who they go after.
Just make Baker the vice captain straight up. Throw money at him, give him vice captaincy.
We can move on to the trade stuff. I mean, the West Coast Eagles coaching job. Now, to give you some updates here, Tom. Just today, mate, I've seen John Worswold's going back there. He's the board of directors. We've got Guy McKenna going back there as a coach. We've got Shannon Hearn going back there as a coach.
Bunger's going to coach, yeah. That was in the paper
I would
today,
like to ask...
Dean Kemp apparently linked to the club.
Dean Kemp, right? Mick Moldhouse, right? We see what he's doing. I've thrown up Chad Rintle, Scott Cummings,
Nagel.
Peter Sumich. Mate, there is basically, if you've played for West Coast,
You're a sniff.
you're absolutely a chance. So Hamish is a chance. I'm a chance.
Stephen Armstrong.
Stephen Armstrong. What a story.
Yeah, there you go.
Mate, have you heard anything? Is there more news over East about who's going to be the West Coast coach?
Well,
we don't know what's happening.
History tells me that the only way that a club doesn't have a coach by the start of finals, if they sack a coach well before finals, is if that coach is currently an assistant coach in the final series.
Is that right?
So have a look
Dean
around.
Cox.
Is Ash Hanson going to be keen? Is Dean Cox going to be keen? Who else? I mean, Brett Montgomery from the Giants. So I think it'll be one of them. I heard Justin Langer's name.
That's been thrown up there right alongside Ted Lasso.
Get Horse in.
Not Justin Langer. God almighty.
And Postecoglou. I mean, who knows?
Who's that rugby league coach that's like 90 years old that keeps
Wayne
coaching?
Bennett.
The guy who
Wayne
went...
Bennett.
Wayne Bennett.
Wayne Bennett.
Is he still coaching the Dolphins or is he done?
No,
He's got a new club this year.
He's
Next year,
he got
a new
signed
club.
to like a multi-year deal at a new club.
Oh, bloody hell. Mate.
What I will say about the West Coast job is whoever gets that gig needs a 5-year deal. You can't just give them 3 years.
Yeah, well, they'll get a 5-year deal and get sacked after 2, probably.
Mate, we'd love to chat to you all day, but we've got to get the rest of our show out. You've been a brilliant guest. I must add, I don't know if anyone caught off the top. Tom Morris, Channel 9.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course,
Channel 9.
Superstar.
Yeah.
Thank
Wipeout.
you for your time, mate. We
Wide
do
world of
appreciate it.
sports.
Big fans of
Olympics.
Hey, Tom, can you put us in touch with Eddie? Like, would it any danger in getting us Eddie on the pod?
Eddie Betts or Eddie Maguire?
Both.
Both.
Yeah,
Both.
Betts would be fine, but yeah, Eddie Maguire.
I'll put you in touch with Eddie Maguire, but let me warn you, if he comes on the pod, none of you will get a word in. It'll be a I have a dream speech. You'll go for 45 minutes, but he can talk.
That's bloody fine. Mate, thank you very much. Go
No
back
worries.
to your Friday afternoon, evening.
Yeah, and your nice white
No
house.
worries. 2 games of AFLW, and I'm going to have some dinner, and Hamish, I look forward to playing golf with you soon.
All the best, mate. See you soon.
There we go,
See
ladies
you,
and
Tommy.
gentlemen. Tom Morris from Channel 9.
Channel 9, Wide World of Sports,
Yeah, correct.
Wipeout.
Yes.
Was that Australian Idol? Maybe.
Yeah, you got to say big thanks to ID Athletic
Massive thanks. They do everything.
for putting that together for us. IDAthletic.com. You can
I
go
know
and
who
get-
the West Coast coach is going to be, by the way.
What?
Can't say, though.
Excuse me?
Can't say.
So,
What do you mean? You can't...
I know who it is.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. I'm just doing what.
You should have done that to Tom. He would have started absolutely twitching,
what?
mate.
Who is it? He would have texted me. Who is it, mate?
Thanks for all of your questions flicking through as well. Sorry we didn't get through all of them. A lot of good feedback and fans coming in. Now,
Someone said, "How is the Ryan Daniels beef not mentioned?"
yeah,
we
I was going to ask, and then
Do they have beef? They just sort of like to correct each other on
just
this.
blah blah blah. Like journos beefing. Like, is
Yeah.
it real beef? Not really. Yeah. First time All Australian in 2023. Going back to talking about who's blazer, Jake
Smith's
Waterman.
come through with the goods, has he?
Smithy, mate, this came through 20 minutes ago. Genuinely. All right, spit this out in about 5 seconds. Sicily. So Sicily was first time All Australian last year.
Wow.
Is that right? Smith's just absolutely nodding away and absolute
mate, don't
confidence.
worry about it.
I won't
Yes.
question it again. I
Big
apologise.
gamer, Sicily.
So,
Okay.
no, but they have to be All Australian this year as well.
Yeah, so that's-
Smith. So they have to be All Australian this year again. So I can see Wilkie, I can see Larky. So I know those two.
But they
went
could have
in
just
there.
gone like, "Who's in
But
town?"
I'll try and pick them out. So Sicily.
Yep.
Right. Houston, Goulden.
Sicily's the only one fitting Jake at the moment.
Yeah, someone that fits Jake's jacket.
Yeah.
Butters,
Nah, not fitting Jake. Too small.
Dacos.
Nope.
Tiny.
Sarong.
Not fitting Jake. It's got to
So
be. It's got to
Sicily
be Sicily's.
or Houston maybe. But
Message Sicily right now and ask him.
I might actually should we?
Yeah, message him.
Message him and say,
Oh, we message him?
was that Jake?
He might be
Jake
busy
wearing your
because he
jacket?
recently just got a brand new gaming desk and built it in front of everyone
Sorry.
on his social media channels and playing League of Legends.
I'm
so he's probably
gonna
busy doing that
need
stuff.
like a 2-minute kill of time if I'm
Okay,
gonna
well,
text
yeah, you
mate.
text him, and I've got something that'll kill some time.
Okay, please.
This is something that I had this pop up in my life 2 weeks ago,
Okay.
and I thought to myself, how the fuck is that even? Like, what is that?
Right.
Now, I don't have a beard like you two do. I've got some facial hair. I probably
Thank you for calling mine a beard.
Yep, you're welcome. I trim mine maybe once every fortnight to keep it a little bit tidy. It doesn't grow very fast, doesn't grow very big. Every now and again, there'll be one that pops up in the middle of my neck that just like
Long?
explodes out of nowhere and gets to 1.5 inches.
Yeah,
Look
cool.
right now. Look right now.
Yeah, that one. Oh my gosh, I'm touching it.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, no
I was
clue.
looking at it last night. I was in the mirror and I was like, where the fuck have you come from? Because look, you can, if I grab it, you can actually see the look at it. See that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm pulling it off my skin. And my question to you,
What is happening over here?
my question, I'm going to pull it out right now. Look at it. It's massive. I've just dropped it. My question to you guys is, how the fuck does that happen? Does anyone know if hair can just hide itself in your skin and then go bang and pop out and be 1 inch long? Because that's what it feels like is happening on my neck at the moment. Can anyone on YouTube know the
How's
answer?
but was your chest
No,
like?
my chest, like I got fucking not a lot of hair on my chest. I got
Oh, it's not long at all.
I got a little bit on my belly button.
Yours is like mine.
there you go.
Mine's got a little more
I got a
brown
little bit-
sugar
I got
on
a
it.
little love heart on my chest, actually. There you go.
What's the question? What's the question?
He wants to know how is it possible that there's like 1 inch long hair that just
Yeah. So
pops
I
out
had
of
like
your
a
skin.
hair on here, and it just all of a sudden, because I
Bit of
look
length.
at my.
Sometimes you get them on the arms. You
I
get
look
a way
at.
longer
It's
hair.
not like I don't look at myself in the mirror, brushing my teeth, like I'm cleaning my face. All of a sudden, just
it just pops out.
it's 1.5 inches long,
Okay.
and I don't know how it happens.
if there's any doctors out
Yeah.
there listening or watching
How
on
the
YouTube,
fuck does that happen?
please let us know.
I want to look at.
Anyway, that was just something that killed some
I
time.
want to
while
look
you
at
text Sicily.
Richmond's. I want to
Sorry
look
about
at.
that.
I want to look
Weird.
at Richmond's potential draft.
Oh
hand. I
my
think we've got a
gosh.
photo right. So we know Baker's out the door. Bolton's out the door.
They're all gone. They're all
Rioli's
definitely
not
gone.
a first
Rolly's
rounder.
out the door. Who else is there?
You give him
I'm
pick
missing
six.
someone.
You're not
Graham's
giving
out
pick
the door.
You are not giving pick 6 for Daniel Rioli in any way, shape, or
But
form.
So
Gold
Ri-
Coast might.
So Richmond are
Why?
going to the draft, and we can confirm this is happening. Obviously,
Understood.
Yeah,
pick
100%.
1 because they're shit. Pick 6 for Rioli. Pick 9 for Bolton. Pick 10 or 12 for Baker. Pick 17 for Bolton. Pick 20 for Rioli. Pick 21 because they're shit. Pick 22 for
So you're
Graham.
getting two.
Pick 29 because they're shit. They've got
They're going to
they've
pick
got
the first round.
10 picks inside the top 29 picks.
Who's giving pick 22 for Graham?
Potential free agency compensation.
What?
He's a free agent. You're getting him for free, Dan.
Yeah, but compensation.
Compensating
pick
him for
22.
That's
Please. And
oh,
Daniel
there's-
Rioli pick 6 is just ridiculous. He's
Why?
a good player, but he's not pick 6.
But I mean, Gold Coast might have that sort of available lying around.
Yeah, but anyway.
Richmond could be the best team of all time in about
Well,
6
no.
years.
What they should do with that, if that is the draft hand they've got this year,
Yes.
they should pick one. They should keep pick 1, 6, and 9,
Yes.
and they should shop 10, 17, 20, 21
Yes.
for next year's investments.
Yes.
And then keep the other ones.
All right.
That's
Well,
what I think
that's
you
huge.
should do.
Before we move any further on, I think we've better show everybody our brilliant piece of filmography
Oh, this was
for the
fucking
Jack
special.
Buckley Medal. Let's take a look at this. Ah, the memories. The last time. No.
It's the most coveted award in Australian rules football, with the eyes of an entire nation watching on. The BackChat podcast presents the Jack Buckley Medal. Brownlows are for midfielders. Coleman's are for forwards. The BackChat Backman of the Year. Finally, the recognition Backman deserve. Live from the Leaderville Hotel, Monday, September 23. Tickets available now.
I reckon that went pretty well. What do you guys think? I thought that went
I
pretty
think
well.
I think we nailed it.
Yeah, I think we nailed it.
Let's go to Hippie.
It's got to hit me.
Oh, shit.
Absolutely. Let's go to Hippie. Tickets are available now for the Jack Buckley Medal. Backchatstudios.com.au. Find them in our shop.
Jaiden, could you please get a link? Just help Smitty over there get a link into the YouTube chat for us, brother.
Sometimes,
ridiculous.
Sometimes I put a bit of mayo on how events are going.
You do say that often.
Sometimes I say selling out.
Yeah, boy.
You are honest though
blah, blah.
sometimes.
I mean,
You've been honest once and said we didn't sell enough, we're cancelling it.
correct. And
Thanks
we
said
did.
to
that, and we did.
Thanks to yours truly.
Yeah, thanks to
That's
the...
our waffle show.
That was the waffle. Anyway, continue.
No, correct. And
No,
and
that's
I'll be honest, but I'm being very honest when I say
Yeah.
tickets going well.
Yeah.
People are fucking getting around
Oh,
it.
very well.
People are getting around it. So I think I gave you an update last time. You asked if there was
I
more
asked
than
if it was
15.
more than 15. I'm going to ask, is there more than 60?
There's more than 100.
Oh, my God.
Like, well, more than 100.
You should have said 60.
Welcome to
Yeah.
the jungle.
So,
Holy fuck.
people on board.
Frocks, suits, tuxes,
Yes.
Give me
Whatever
more.
you want.
Give me more. I mean, you saw a little bit of what the night was last year.
Speedos. If you want to come in a Speedo, you can do that.
There'll be best dressed awards. Like
Easily.
guaranteed. Worst
Easily
dressed
best
awards
dressed.
as well.
Yep. You can wear, what else can you wear? You can wear
I'm genuinely
a
getting
full, you can
excited
wear
for-
full game kit. Come in full game day kit.
You boys
Boots,
know
socks, shorts,
I
jump
get
right in for
nervous
that.
before like live events. I'm getting excited about this one.
Yeah, it's
because
going to be so good.
Because the difference between this one and other ones I try to say quite sober and
I'm ripping the lid off.
Try to, make sure the show runs well. The Brownlow's going to be there. That's
gonna
kind of
be-
running it, right? We've got
Runs
the
itself.
Jack Buckley vote count
I'm already
going
doing
as
that.
well.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get pissed.
I'm going to be incoherently drunk. I'm going to have won a grand final hopefully the day before.
Definitely.
I won't have slept. I won't have done anything. I'll be rolling in there and I will be on a fucking barnstorming
So-
hot street.
Sandover?
I won't.
No,
I'll be wearing it.
One of the other boys might have it.
Yeah,
isn't-
Mitchie could win it.
Yeah.
Mitchie could definitely win
We
it.
could have the Sandover Premiership double in the
Yeah,
house
that'd be
for the
huge.
Jack Buckley
I'll
medal.
wear my Sandover.
Absolutely, of course.
Duh.
No, of course you will.
Yeah, I'm going to wear it.
Are
every-
you going to wear your Premiership 2018
Yes.
Do you have that still?
It's back in Geelong, but I'll get it. I'll get it shipped back.
Get
to
it. Get it.
Yeah.
Get it.
So make sure you get tickets.
It's yeah.
There's still discounts for like 5s and 10s. So just get all your mates. Get all your mates. Send them all your
I've
mates.
had a couple of mates saying, "Fuck, I'm just going to come to it."
Yeah, great.
And I said this last week, and I don't often talk in hyperbole without backing it up. I
Right.
said I'd shit in my hands and clap, and I picked the dog poo up and clapped in my hands.
Right. Did that go all right for you in terms of just general feedback?
Yeah, no, that
You
was
got a
good.
job shortly after.
That was really good.
So-
That was really, really good.
You did. Get a job with Paywise.
Yeah, I did. That was great. This, outside of maybe grand final day's a great day, no question about it.
Can just
But it's a great day.
drags on sometimes.
It does drag on sometimes. It's a great day.
Boring.
Christmas, great day.
Great.
Get pissed,
day.
do whatever you want. Great day.
But
Christmas.
sometimes too much food.
Yeah, but it's a good day.
Yeah, it's a good day.
This is going to be. It's
Top 3
a
days of the year.
clear podium.
Yep.
No question about it. Clear podium, but it pushes the number one day of all time.
Yep.
Okay.
All time's a stretch.
I've got a question from YouTube.
After that
Hammer?
YouTube question goes, I've got an update on the Jake Waterman All
Yep,
Australian
understood.
jumper
Oh,
situation.
perfect. Okay, well, we'll try and keep this quick.
No, it's
Can someone please ask Hammer
Me.
if his house is still haunted? Any more experiences?
That's a great question. I'm out of that house now.
and,
So
and we know why.
yeah, we know why the house has not. The good thing is that the ghost, ghoul, whatever it is, demon spirit hasn't followed me to my new abode,
Yet.
which is nice.
Yes.
And that
Still-
is
still
what we were a
trying to
bit
find where
worried
you live.
about, and that's that. Apparently, when we were trying to speak to a medium who was happy to do it for free and then asked me
Bailed
to pay
last
for it, she said that might happen. It hasn't. Touch wood.
Okay.
But yeah, no, my house is good.
So James Sicily yet to get back to me. But I thought, who else got a text?
Jake.
Jake Waterman.
yeah.
So I text Jake.
Yeah, makes sense.
Straight back to us. Hello, mate. Just wanted to say what you're doing at BackChat is just incredible. I know I'm not a backman.
Did you ask about me?
But what you are doing for backs around the league is incredible. And then he got on to the rest of his reply.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And he said, how's Dan going?
Yep.
I said, great. And he said, how's Hammy? I said, great. And then he said, I've got no idea. I just got thrown it right before I went on stage. Didn't even know it was 2023 until I saw Hammer's thing.
Yep.
Oh.
So...
Wow. I'm breaking news to Lush.
I think we still need to speak to James.
I think we still need to speak to
I think we
James.
need to speak to Dill.
We, yeah.
Dills.
Yeah.
We do need to speak to Dills. We glossed over something very quickly early doors because Tom came on.
Okay.
Harris Andrews wasn't in the fucking team.
Why?
I was just getting...
Harris
Wow.
fucking Andrews wasn't in the All-Australian team.
Who
What
would you
in
kick
the
from?
fuck
You
was
got-
that
You got
about?
to take people out,
We're going
though,
to take
mate.
someone out from
You
it.
can't just start throwing Backman in there.
Go, let's go to the squad. Take me to the team.
That is the team right there. You can't take the lizard out.
No.
I won't have you taking McGovern out.
No, he's sorry.
Zorko was very good and Whitfield on the bench. I don't think you can take either of those guys out. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Luke Ryan.
So, excuse me.
Yeah.
Out. Luke Ryan.
Compare
Sorry.
the two.
Well, they're different players.
Nah, actually, Luke Ryan on the bench. Whitfield done. Sorry.
Whitfield off.
Yep, out. Whitfield out.
See you
Harris
later,
Andrews
Lockie.
in.
Hello, Harris.
3. Well, you don't need Whitfield and the Lizard.
I heard.
you don't need the Whitfield and the Lizard.
I heard Corn speaking about this. Kane Corns.
Yep. What did he say?
He said it was between Wiedering and Harris Andrews, and they were basically the same player statistically, and they went with Wiedering. And Harris Andrews is the most unlucky player not to be in the side.
So just
Rowan Marshall was pretty stiff. Not even me in the
It
squad.
was in the squad.
I know, that's fucking terrible.
Shout out
stiff.
Ron Marshall.
Shout out Rowan.
question on this All-Australian team. I don't quite understand it. So
It's the best 22 players from the year.
yes.
Where's the sub?
So
There is no sub.
but
Great
for
question.
instance, there's no
Was there no sub?
It's a great point.
like there's no it's like positionless. Is that what it sort of is?
No,
Is it,
absolutely not. It's a position right there. There's the positions.
so Nick Blakey
Gordon's on a wing. Nick Dacos
Nick
on a
Blakey
wing.
plays
Marcus
in the back
Montempelli's
pocket.
in the centre.
does he?
Nick Blakey's playing in the back pocket there. Yep.
Right. So if you were to field this team, this is where you'd place them. Is that
Well,
what
you just
what
put.
it is?
I mean,
That's
football has moved away
Yes.
from your centre half forward, and that's you just there. You play as
Yes.
a
But it's
forward
not
six,
like
a back six, and
basketball
a
where they
mid.
pick the best centre. They're picking
Yeah.
the back line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yep.
Like sometimes in a back line, you're going with three talls. And
Yeah.
sometimes you won't.
Which they haven't here. So if I'm Ireland and I'm picking my side, I'm going big.
Get the big
Yeah.
roosters in
Yeah,
there.
I'm going big.
There's a few others there, but I don't really like being too negative about it. Bloody
No,
well
it's
done
pretty,
to the
pretty very
Lush.
well done.
Good to
Exceptionally
see
well done. For the Lush.
GWS and Hawthorn very well represented.
Can I give a quick shout out to Wayne Carey? Don't often do this.
The truth?
The truth.
The truth from Wayne?
I don't know
Wayne's
what
truth?
podcast he's on to now. It's like
Wayne's truth.
4 and 9 months. But he came out with a tweet like last week. It said, the squad is pointless. Don't announce a squad. Just name a team. What's
Yeah,
the
no, I
purpose
think-
of the squad? And
well-
I agree with him.
Well, the squad gives us this next one, which is the
Unlucky.
this is the unlucky side. Don't we have an image here of some description of
We
the
definitely
team?
saw it a minute ago. There
Yeah,
it
the
is.
remaining
Oh,
22.
the remaining 22.
Made the All-Australian squad, but didn't make the final 22.
Bloody good team.
So how's that possible? There's only 40-man All-Australian squad, and there's
So
20.
are they
20
chucking in a couple extras?
There has to be.
3,
Uh,
6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 22.
yeah, no, Danaher was in the squad.
Jordan
Sicily was in the squad.
Clark. Who's in there? Anyway.
Noah Rand?
Or Sicily's in there. Didn't Sicily make the All-Australian team? He didn't.
And you asked him. Wow.
Stitch up.
Smith. Go on quickly.
I'm
Unsend
deleting
it.
it. Oh, I'm unsending it.
Unsend it.
I'm
I'm
Unsend
unsending it. Don't fucking worry.
Yeah,
been
no,
unsent.
that is terribly stiff.
It's unsent.
Good.
Feel embarrassed.
Yeah, no, that is embarrassing, and also like a whack too. Anyway.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
sucked in.
I wonder if
It doesn't make
there's-
any sense, but anyway.
I wonder if there's a financial bonus for being in the squad,
Right.
like in contracts and stuff.
Sure.
Potentially. I could ask Andrew.
Sure. I mean, Hayden Young's never played half forward in his life. Well, no, he has. He played a little bit of that.
Kicked heaps of goals this year.
Should we hear from our friends at Paywise? Because I want to get to Hammer Ranks.
Yeah,
and I
this
feel
is a
like
fun one.
We'll
It's
have
a
a little,
really,
little
really good
Paywise
one.
break and come
Yeah,
back for
great.
some Hammer Ranks.
Powered by me.
Happy with that?
Yep, sweet.
Hi, I'm Will, and I'm a backman.
And I'm Gov, and I'm a Paywise brand ambassador.
And you're a backman.
Yes, I am, but I'm also a Paywise brand ambassador. And I know that the best way to get into your next car is through the Paywise novated lease.
To learn more about novated leasing, contact Paywise today or just ask Jeremy McGovern.
That's not Jerry.
There's a giant document of just fucking words here, right? There's questions to Tom Morris. There's just I got basically a Word document that you'd submit a shitty assignment to school. And Jaiden, in the same font as everything else, has just put in tiny brackets next to James Sicily. Nominated, not selected, mate. Like, are genuinely looking at 600-word, like thesis.
Dossier.
And what if I'm sorry I didn't say that. My fault. My fault, everybody.
Yeah, that's your fault.
All right, it's time for Hammer Ranks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And now on the BackChat podcast, Hammer Ranks.
Now, this is a fun one.
Is that right?
Yeah, we're talking powered by Paywise. Me and Pickers sat around chatting, chewing the fat about
by
this.
Paywise and Pickers.
Pickers and I were having a good chat about this one. Asked a few people around the office. There was some, it just a real conversation. Just gets it bubbling.
Did Garrick get involved?
Garrick did get involved.
Blake Serdev?
No, Blake did not get involved.
Okay.
Start naming people. Tom
So
Morris.
this has got. We're a football podcast, essentially. We're a sports podcast.
there a golf
This
day
has got
happening?
nothing to do. Huh?
Is there a golf day at Paywise or something?
No,
maybe.
Shut up.
This has got nothing to do with anything sport related. It could be if you wanted to. We'll link
Okay.
it later. This is just a fun thing that I think about quite often.
Great.
It's it's a really fun thing that I think of not all the time, but lots of the time. If I had a time machine
Yep.
and could go back in time to any point throughout human history
Yes.
in the world, the history of this world, and just be at a place and a time, hear what happened, see what happened, know what happened, get all the answers. It's not going to impact anything, and just come back.
Do you get to keep the knowledge?
Yes, you do.
Ooh.
I just get to know.
Do they know you're there?
No, it's just you are literally a fly on the wall. You get to see, hear, know everything, and then just.
And so you've
fuck
got your
right
top
off.
5 of these, mate.
I've got my
Can I
top
ask a
5.
question? I don't want to ruin
Yeah, of
any
course,
of this,
mate.
but can you go back, find out information? I'm trying to think how you could like make money from it.
Oh man, you could go back and watch, but you probably.
No, you can't go back in
'cause
time.
This
Yeah.
isn't Back to the Future.
It's not Back to the Future. It's not the other way around.
Sure, okay, yeah, sure, yeah.
Is this
So-
in the
with you,
Sporting
with you.
Almanac?
I'm going to start. I never do this, but I'm going to start with some honourable mentions. These missed the top 5.
All right, because I'm rattled, because I'd like to hear them.
So this is like
Confused.
Harold Holt.
So
Harold Holt's the Prime
these
Minister.
guys won't know what happened here.
Harold
Point
Holt-
danger.
Harold Holt is the Prime Minister.
Went for a swim.
That went for a swim and never came back.
Do you know about this, Dan?
Yes, yes.
I'd just like to know. I assume he got eaten by a shark,
Right.
but I'd like to be there, see it, and be like, I know that now.
Okay.
You know?
Do you tell everyone else, or you just...
No, I just know. Keep that going. Tupac. He got shot. Who did it?
Right.
I'd love to know that.
Who did too?
Tupac. I'd like the P Diddy party. I'd love to be there, seeing what happened at the Diddy party. Other ones like Area 51. Just be in there, have a look around, see what's happening. No, like, but they don't know that I'm there, so I can hear MH17, MH370. Like, what happened? That sort of stuff.
Epstein's cell.
That sort of shit.
I mean,
Yep.
Kennedy assassination.
Kennedy assassination made that.
In the shooter's room? Or
Yeah. But shoot, you can go shooters room. You can go into
Oh,
the
you're the
government and
third
see
person.
see if they had anything to do with it.
Right.
Sit
We're
next to him for a
talking
bit.
like you get everything,
Okay.
everything about any situation.
So you're up to
you
your top
get.
5 yet?
We're up, they were all honourable mentions. Other honourable mentions was Who's Jack the Ripper. Go back and see that. Like that would have been a cool one.
Yeah. What was his name? Jack.
Was his name Jack? King Arthur sitting at the round table. See what that was all about.
Yes.
Anyway, I digress. There are some honourable mentions. If anyone on YouTube's got honourable mentions, throw them out. I have got my top 5 coming in at number 5.
Yep.
The moon landing.
Which one?
The first alleged one. Was it real?
Alleged.
I think it was. But like, be there. Just know for
Talking
sure.
about Lance Armstrong. Neil. And his brother Neil.
We're talking about
They're
Lance.
related. They are related.
They are related.
Talking
somehow.
about Neil.
Yeah.
Lance-
We are
Lance's
talking
father,
about
Neil.
like
Are you wearing? Do you have to wear a suit, or are you magically
you are just
there?
magically there, mate.
Okay.
It's time travel. We are in a magical fantasy land. You are there watching.
I haven't been drinking piss since fucking
Did
12
they go
o'clock.
on the moon? Was it real? Like I want to.
So where do you go?
You just go.
You're there.
You are at
No,
the.
but like, what part of the moon do you have to pick? The
Nowhere.
part?
You're,
I'm
it's
fucking watching them land.
it's a
I'm
computer
there.
program.
If they didn't land, if it was a made up thing in a simulation, I'm down there.
You're
I know
next
it
to
was a
fucking Neil
simulation.
shaking his hand. You're just there.
Okay,
Right.
I just didn't want you to pick the wrong part of the moon. They'll be like, oh, they're on the other side of the
On
moon.
the dark side of the moon. I'm just at the fuck this shit. That's number 4. To know everything, to know if it was real, to check it off,
Right.
and if it was real, to be there and be like, this is pretty cool.
Stupid.
Mate, it gets way better. That's number 5. Number 5.
If anyone wants to add to the list,
Yeah,
chuck them in
please
the
chuck them in
comments.
there. Number 5.
Things you'd like to.
Number 4. The number 4 time.
That was 5.
That was 5.
I'm with you. What if they're on the moon
Yeah,
and it was fake? They're just like,
Yeah, shit, I'm in the wrong spot.
No.
Where are you, NASA? Like, you got to pick a spot.
No, I go to the moon landing. As in,
Yeah,
like,
but
where
what
is
if
the
it's not
moon
happened?
landing?
okay, well, no, so that's the thing.
Right.
If it was a
You're in a
fake,
studio in
if it's fake,
Arizona.
I'm in the studio and I get to learn that it's fake.
Okay.
If it's real, I'm at the side of the landing and I see that it's real.
Smith, just start. I'm sure they're pouring
Yeah.
in, mate.
Number 4.
Right, just-
Number 4. I'd love to go back and see the Colosseum in full swing. Sitting in there. Sitting in there watching the fucking gladiators going to war, tigers coming out from underground. I reckon that would be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that actually would be.
It'd be great.
I'd take it.
It'd be fucking brilliant.
Marcus
Where did you
Aurelius fucking
appear?
flying
Are
around
you
in
on
there.
the ground? Are you in a seat?
I'm just sitting in this. I'm in the stands. bro.
Oh.
Okay, no one knows I'm there. That's number 4. Number 3.
I just watched Gladiator, bro.
Yeah. Number 3. Jesus. What's it all about? I'd go back and just, hey, mate, are you?
I'm surprised that's not number 1.
Nah, not number 1.
Well, you don't know that, Dan.
Are you turning water into wine? Is that real? Okay. Did you actually come back? I'm going to stand at the front and watch this boulder move away. Are you real? No, you're dead, mate. You're not coming back. Is that?
Okay.
And it's not like this is a fantasy that it's a made up thing, Dan. I don't have to go back and stay for 30 years of Jesus' life. I can just instantly be in little
Bounce
bits. and
around.
pieces. Yeah,
Okay,
bounce
okay,
around.
okay.
I'm like the time walking scrotum in Rick and Morty. Have you seen that? It's pretty funny. Okay, that's number 3. Number 2. I'd love to see the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Take me back, check out some dinosaurs, go Jurassic,
See if they're
Cretaceous,
real.
all of them.
See if they're real.
Well, they're real, mate.
We don't
knows?
know that, mate.
Yeah,
You weren't
yeah,
fucking
there we
there,
go. I'll go
mate.
back and I'll see. And then I would top that off. Like, I'd see all sorts of dinosaurs. Go in and see the Megalodon under there, the big fucking shark,
Yeah.
T-Rex,
Yeah.
all of the big dogs.
Like, you got a scuba suit.
Scoop, shut up. You are ruining this. And then
Yeah,
I
stop
would
ruining it, Dan.
I would watch the asteroid come in, and just as it's hit, then I bounce back home.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm home.
Smith, I
Anything
can only
else?
assume you just haven't been able to access the documents, Smithy, because I can't see any other else's top 5 moments of things.
Well, we can throw some in from YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah, there you
Jaiden,
go.
hello.
We got
That's what I'm asking for YouTube. Hello,
yeah,
Jaiden.
we're coming.
Fuck
We
me.
got what Yank killed Farlap.
There you go. Injected it. If there's anything in there that starts with a P, don't say it because that's my number 1.
Oh,
Well,
it has to be. I already
we'll
know.
keep
what it
going.
is.
Gotta
Oh,
be.
as you started talking,
Yeah,
I was
of
like,
course.
this is where I want to fucking
Anyway,
go.
keep going.
No, you go,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then I'll
'cause that's
come in
obviously-
afterwards.
Thank you,
clearly
Jaiden.
Number 1, pyramids. The pyramids.
Oh, absolutely.
Clearly number 1 by
Absolutely.
but the length of the Flemington
What
Strait.
the fuck went on?
What
How
the
they built
fuck
it.
was that? How they built him? What was going on? How on earth?
But there'd be a lot of structures like that, though, mate. Not just
not
the
to the
pyramids.
not to the size of the,
Stonehenge. Take me to Stonehenge, mate. What are you doing rolling fucking stones around? Like, that's a big setup.
yeah, but
Stonehenge
Stonehenge
just the-
compared to the pyramids.
Is that the one that has the?
Yeah, mate, that's fucking 12
The circle.
stones in a circle.
Yeah.
The pyramids,
Yeah,
ma-
but they're,
firstly,
they're all, mate,
massive.
they're all fucking
perfectly geometrically with north, south, east, west. They're fucking
No,
500.
so Stonehenge, mate.
yeah,
and-
but
and
the
they-
pyramids are
I
massively
know, but
bigger.
Stonehenge is like thing goes for like the entire length of England. There's a fucking straight line, like as if like a laser have done it to the sun. They're fucking
Pyramids
mate,
better.
Yeah, I understand, but I agree with
Okay,
you.
well, so it's the same thing.
Yeah,
I just want to see how the fuck back in the day that shit got done.
so that's number 1.
That's my number 1 easily. Like, easily number 1. What else are we thinking
Someone
about?
said Playboy Mansion Party.
Yep, there you go. That'll be good. Fuck yeah, I'd love
Absolutely.
to see what that was all about. What was Huey like in his
Absolutely.
prime?
Huey.
How the pig got on the field with Plugger Lockett.
Yep, that's a good one.
That is good.
Probably someone just went and put it down there. But
Dreamtime 40,000 years ago.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, there you
Indigenous.
go.
Yeah, like we're talking Australia.
yep.
Yeah, we're talking Australia. We got Pompeii's volcano.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, like the lava of Pompeii.
Vesuvius just gone
Correct.
doing a big shit. Yep.
Yeah, correct.
Roman gladiators.
Yeah, there you go. I already
I
ticked
mean,
that one off.
yeah,
Thank you.
correct.
Someone said aliens built the pyramids for navigation purposes.
Well, there you go. We could know that for sure.
And someone wants to know if you're doing this during work hours.
I was, yeah.
That is Frank Agostino
Yeah.
at Paywise.
Yeah, no. He's with Gary Ablett today, actually, Frank. Anyway, that's my top 5.
Is
And
that
I think
right?
it's a really nice little discussion.
Hey, thank you very much.
Like it a lot.
Have,
Thank you.
hey, by the way, the Jack Buckley Medal,
Huge.
because of the BackChat Backman of the Year, brought to you by TABtouch. I should
Yeah,
just
great.
throw that out there. Can you just give me a little bit of a TABtouch thing so we can sing along? Please?
got the touch.
You got the power. Yeah.
I'll tell
noticed
you what,
that
you'll get the power if you get to the Jack Buckley Medal.
Oh,
I'll tell you
fucking
that
oath you
right
will. Tell you what I noticed on Monday's episode when Dan's class was in here.
What?
He didn't sing.
now. Is that
sorry.
right?
You didn't sing
Oh,
on
sorry.
Oh,
Monday.
dare you? Sorry.
Yeah, you didn't
I
sing.
didn't think about it at the time. I didn't sing then, I don't think.
Have you had a no? You didn't because you were busy. Have you had a class since they were here?
No, it's just once a week.
That was it.
Yeah, that was the class.
Hey, Hammer.
Well,
how's
keep
your overall fitness going?
Good.
Physically.
Physically, I'm in a bit of trouble,
Okay.
but I'll get better.
Dan, you?
World's worst shape still.
Yeah, I am too.
Really bad.
Oh,
Just
that's
really bad.
As you
Couldn't be
drink in
worse.
shelter.
Yeah, as I'm drinking beers.
As we have a shelter, had most of these all day. I'm heading to Kokoda, in trouble.
You haven't been wearing your boots.
I haven't been wearing my hiking boots around the office like it's been suggested by a few people. If there is any hikers that are watching along on
Beck.
YouTube, that like I'm talking
Proper
hikers,
hikers.
not just fucking going for a walk.
You definitely need to break in the hiking
Right,
boots.
I need
definitely.
some tips because I'm going on like 180k hike.
Have you
like,
have you bought your hiking boots
yeah,
yet?
yeah,
What brand are they?
they're Asics. So the
Okay.
advice I've had is you get the trail runners. It's so wet over there. If you go
True.
get the big like
Yeah,
thick,
big
like,
hocks.
mountain ridges that
Yeah,
are
of
fucking
course, yeah.
costing weighing 5, get
Yep.
them wet, weigh 15.
Yeah, you're done.
Might as well have some dumbbells on your feet. So they're trail
Oh,
runner,
yeah.
Asic trail runners.
I really,
Got
I
some
am
really good tread. You should see the tread on them.
Yeah, well,
I'll
I'd
bring 'em
like-
in.
Yeah, bring them in.
I'll bring them in.
I'm worried for your fitness.
I'm worried for my fitness. So who are we going to turn to? Jared at Body Magic and the Fat Chat Challenge. Ah, the memories. The last time I used a gym was when I retired from West Coast. The last thing I want to do is hang out in a gym by myself doing my own workouts. And that's why I'm doing the 12-week Fat Chat Challenge.
The tasks that I've set for you are only going to take 5 minutes and they're so easy to do.
Good thing is this is just like footy. We'll be doing it as a team, community of people, a holistic fitness approach and trying to get better by 1% every day.
To secure your spot and sign up, hit the link below.
I'm going to actually do it this time. I didn't do it last year.
Yep, I started strong for about 2 weeks and then I had one beer.
When does it start?
Can I just read?
Really
yeah,
soon.
It starts. I'm not sure when. Can I just read you something?
Yeah, read it.
This is from Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, legends. Just wanted to give a big shout out to you all and give our man Jared a good word. I started the Fat Chat Challenge last year, and it has honestly changed my life both mentally and physically. I was so unmotivated and have a young family who I just struggled to get up sometimes and play with my son. Now my son can't keep up with me. Suck it,
Nice.
son. I felt so good after the challenge. I did the footy program with Jared and set a goal of playing footy so my boy could see me play. And we achieved that goal, which was massive for me as I'm 32 and hadn't played in 8 years. Now,
Nice.
I'm ticking off a marathon
Fuck off.
next month and owe it to Jared and you guys at the BackChat family. So if anyone is thinking of signing up for Fat Chat, get amongst it. Best thing I've ever done.
Wow.
Cheers, lads. Looking forward to having a beer at the Buckley with you boys. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
shit.
And it's finished off with,
Oh,
shit,
shit,
yeah.
Nice, love it.
Well done, Josh. That's bloody good. Can we do a quiz?
Yes.
Okay.
Bloody brilliant.
We have it.
Oh, is this one? Yeah, okay. How many questions we got? What are we thinking?
I've got
11.
11.
Can we do 10 with a tiebreaker?
It's 10 with a
It's
tie, 10
fucking
with a tiebreaker.
Okay, great.
My buzz-in will be Hammer.
Okay.
My buzz-in will be Scully.
Understood.
Good.
Actually, no.
Hock.
My
No, mine's Hock. Mine's
my buzz-in will be Scully.
Oh, boy.
Mine's Hock.
All right,
mine's Scully.
give us that bed, Damo.
What's the theme?
AFL season 2024.
Okay.
Regular season.
Regular season.
Is it not
Yes.
finals?
Makes it really hard.
Finals haven't happened yet.
AFL men's competition, I'm assuming.
Women's
Correct.
hasn't started.
Women's
Yes, it
hasn't
actually
happened
has. It started 10 minutes ago. Continue.
Question number 1. What team finished with the second best percentage in the 2024 regular season?
Scully.
Yes.
Port Adelaide.
Fuck.
Had a pun.
Hock. Sydney.
Wrong. Western Bulldogs.
I was going to say
done,
him.
doggies.
There you go.
Well done,
Should have.
doggies.
Didn't.
Question 2. What position did the GWS Giants finish on the ladder?
Scully.
Very
Fourth.
close. Yes. Hammer gets a point. There you go.
Bloody hell.
Question 3. How many games did West Coast win this
Hock.
season? Scully.
5.
Yes, correct. One apiece. Number 4. How many players did Fremantle have nominated
Scully.
Hock.
5.
Fucking hell.
In the
in
All-Australian
the
squad.
All-Australian squad. Very good. 5. Well done.
What's the score?
2-1.
2-1.
Keep the score over there because Dan will forget.
This is a multiple choice question.
Scully, C.
Wrong.
Great.
Sorry.
Sucked in, you're out.
Yeah, silly.
How long was GWS win streak in the Dave Matthews RM Williams boot era?
Oh,
A, 5, B, 8, C, 6, D, 7.
oh my God! It's either B or D.
It wasn't C.
Correct. Hock D.
Correct.
Yes.
Wow.
2 apiece.
I didn't know there was going to be a D.
Well, you went
When
early.
has there ever been a multiple choice questionnaire with 3 answers?
Quite often A, B, and C.
No.
I think that's the most common, isn't it?
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Can someone quickly look that up? Most common.
Smith.
For questions in all time,
It's
Yeah.
always
it's always
4.
4
There's
in
never
quiz
been
shows.
a-
You are right.
Usually
there's-
D is all of the above.
There's never
Yeah.
been a multiple choice questionnaire with 3 answers.
Not in a
ever.
quiz. You're right.
Okay.
On an exam, maybe.
No.
No, never. Question 6.
Name
Name
the
the
Jackson 5 song. Yeah, ABC.
name the
Anyway.
2 West Coast Eagles to
Hock.
win.
Wow, silly.
Dumb.
It's okay.
I mean, Waterman McGovern.
Wrong. Name the 2 West Coast Eagles to win more All Australians than Jeremy McGovern.
Oh, might be out of the woods.
I will say Scoey,
Yes.
Chris Judd.
Uh-oh. Dan's forgotten about him, but continue.
Does that not count?
Continue. Dan's forgotten
Dean
about
Cox and Ben Cousins.
The correct answer is Ben Cousins and Dean Cox.
Okay, well, Chris Judd.
Jaden? I didn't put together.
Chris Judd has
him.
definitely
Have you
had-
considered Chris Judd being a West Coast player?
Chris Judd wasn't in it.
Okay.
So, what was the question? You repeat
Who's
the
had
question.
more?
Name the 2 West Coast Eagles to win more All Australians than Jeremy
Poorly
McGovern.
worded question, I would say.
Okay, well, I got it
As
right
a
still.
West Coast,
I would give it
I'm
to
on
him.
I'm on your
Yeah,
side.
thank you.
I would give it to him.
It's a poorly worded question. It's 3-2.
Jaden, you want to take that one?
Yeah, I would give it to
Is
him.
it 3-2?
Yeah,
It's 3-2.
3-2.
I'm winning.
Question 7. What team finished 10th on the ladder?
Hock. Freo.
Correct.
Yeah, damn.
Is that 3-0?
Yep, it is.
Oof.
Good quiz. Great quiz. Better than the one Nick put together. Remember that thing?
In 1922, Pascal Berkashef.
Yeah. Name the 11th place in the Coleman Medal.
In 1986.
Question 8. Who did Ollie Dempsey give credit to in his...
Oh.
Joey. That was you.
The Tribunal.
Correct.
But he also thanked God first. I would like to.
Okay.
Did he really?
You get 1 point for that.
Good
So
on
it's, it's 4-3. Number
So,
9.
Yeah, I could tell you the whole speech. He thanked
So-
his parents. He
I'll
thanked
get my
God,
time
he
machine
thanked
and
the
go and
club,
check if that was
thanked
So,
Jeremy
Jaden, what
McGovern.
am I doing here? Do I have to say both of these things?
Nah, so you pick one.
Is it 4-3? You're winning?
Pick one.
Yes.
Whichever one you think
You're
will
in
be
trouble.
better for the boys.
2 questions left. You're
I'm
in trouble.
good. I'll tie this up. We'll go to a tiebreaker. Guarantee.
Maybe go the first one.
Just hurry
Okay.
up.
Name 3 of the 6 backmen selected in the 2024
Hock.
All-Australian team.
McGovern.
Yep.
Houston. Whitfield. Zorko.
Yeah. Too easy.
Far out.
Too bloody easy. Question 10.
I would say you're in trouble now.
Yeah.
It's
I think
5-3 with one
it is
question
5-3
remaining.
with one to get.
I'll give you 11 questions. We can
Understood.
do
Yeah.
that.
Come on.
You can tie.
How
it.
many games did Hawthorn lose
Scully.
in a row?
5.
Yes, correct.
Wow. So you can only tie. Just so you know, you can't win.
That's right.
Okay, I'll come up with a
Nah,
tiebreaker. Tiebreaker. What is the most coveted medal in the AFL?
Scully.
Up.
Jack Buckley.
Okay. Give us a tiebreaker. Fuck
Okay.
you.
Make it up.
Who was?
Oh, wait.
You just going to fact check your own question?
Don't look at his phone. Keep eyes on the prize.
Eyes on the prize.
Not
Who
the phone.
finished 13th on the ladder?
Scully.
Oh.
It's a real quick St Kilda.
Wrong.
Fuck, that was just a guess.
Fuck. So it went Freo was 10th. 11th would have been maybe even. Yeah.
Time check.
I'm going to go with Adelaide.
The Gold Coast Suns.
Righto.
We are the third of the Gold Coast. So no one wins.
No one wins.
Yeah, what a great
All right,
quiz.
congratulations.
listen.
That actually was a really good quiz.
That was all Jaden. Props to you, Jaden. Well
Hey,
done.
before I leave, I'd love to read out the back page. Thank you very much. Do you know we haven't done this for a while, but welcome to the BackChat back page where we bring you the stories that you probably missed because they're shit. I have not seen these whatsoever. Jaden put them in just before he went. He's been at the pub with me all day, so they could be anything. 'Tis the silly season. How AFL players are spending Christmas and New Year's period. I'm rattled. I'm already rattled. Days after completing the Brayshaw Christmas tradition, AFL MVP Andrew Brayshaw. So this is an article from 4 years ago. visited a winery in the Victorian town of Red Hill, an hour outside of Melbourne. He visited the idyllic location with longtime partner Lizzie.
Yep.
Fiancé now.
Fiancé now, yep.
Doesn't say that in the article. After both took part in the grueling 100 by 100 sprints.
Yep.
West Coast key forward Oscar Allen also spent some time off with his nearest and dearest, posting happy snaps with his partner Lorna, also engaged.
Yep.
Doesn't say that in the article. At $2 because it was written 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Jaiden.
I'm going to move on from this one.
Jaiden.
Jacinta Franklin doesn't look like this anymore. AFL WAG shows off her radical hair makeover at Lancome Skincare event in Melbourne.
When's this from?
Just
2006.
What year was this written, Jaiden? Jacinta Franklin showed off her dramatic
must have been like 2008.
her dramatic hair makeover as she stepped out.
Archives.
The model 33 opted for a strikingly different look as she unveiled her bold new trim at the launch of the French beauty house's new serum, Genifique Ultimute.
What?
The last one in this one, and thanks for putting this together, Jaiden.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have got to the pub at 11 a.m. I'll fucking say that right now. Taylor Demir, Love Island star and AFL WAG, suffers gruesome injury after falling down a flight of stairs. Taylor Demir, I don't know who this is,
What? Okay.
took a nasty tumble down the stairs on Friday, leaving her in pain as she suffered a shock injury to her back.
What the fuck, Jaiden?
The popular AFL WAG 27, who's she a WAG of? Oh, Nathan Broad's partner. Posted an image to Instagram of the damage done, lifting her shirt to reveal a graze along her spine at the beginning of a large bruise. In the caption of the painful-looking photo, the former Love Island star, shout out Jared, by the way, who is married to footy star Nathan Broad, said she hurt her hips, tailbone, ribs and spine. Taylor's first post about this included a photo of a heated waist belt she received as a PR package moments before she fell down the set of stairs. Sorry. Shit. The timing of this is impeccable. I can't continue, Jaiden. I can't continue with that, mate. I'm sorry, I can't.
Okay, Jaiden.
Where did you find that?
Yeah, what did you search to get these articles?
I think I typed in AFL and then silly.
So that's it for the BackChat back page.
AFL silly.
I mean, what are we dealing with here anymore?
Oh, man, that is so funny.
Boy,
Sorry,
oh boy,
boys.
oh boy.
That was good.
Don't apologise.
Just an update from Monday's show.
Don't apologise.
I had dinner with Andrew on Wednesday night.
Okay.
His season's done.
I'm assuming we're getting to the bottom of something here.
No, we're adding on to something that made me giggle. I told him and Charlie Constable were at dinner as well.
Shout out, Chuck.
Shout out, Chuck. I said, boys, I got something that'll give you a nice little giggle. Going into the toilet and the packed urinal, looking at the bloke on your left, leaning over and saying, geez, that guy on my left has an enormous cock. Both of them thought it was just as funny as I did.
Yeah, correct. You're still going on about this, Dan. I think we need to go to Harley read it.
Fuck, it's funny.
You said it, we Harley read it. Here you
Yes.
go. You can read it off here if you want. But you should go to the last one.
I'll go to the last.
Is it the same guy?
Oh, I just think you should go to the last one.
All right, I'll go to the last one right here.
Look to the right.
This is from Wilma.
Oh, that's Wilma. Oh, man. Yep. Hit me, Wilma.
Is this the one from Wilma? Okay.
Yep.
Just wanted to get your thoughts. I remember Scoey talking last year about how when Hawthorn were losing tight games, it was because they hadn't practiced much situational football yet. As a young team, their training would have been more focused on their main playing style, etc. Do you think Freo this year, losing all those tight games and being quite young, they haven't really had much practice at their situational football? How to shut a game down or to really lift in the last 5 to 10 minutes to get a result? And for Hammer, I hope the blokes to the left of you have had massive cocks this week. Cheers, Wilma Fingerdo. Very good.
So I wanted that in there. But I think it's a really interesting question.
It is. Situational
Because I hadn't
football.
thought about it.
I don't remember you saying this.
I was banging on about with Hawthorn because they got such a young group. And a little bit of like Sam Mitchell had just gone into the club. He would have been trying to like put into the footy club like the way he wanted to play, not situations. Sorry to keep you awake, Hammer.
I'm yawning.
Oh, no, I could hear it.
No, sorry.
Thank you for joining us.
It's great to be here.
I think Freo, mate, I haven't thought of that. I think Wilma could be onto something. Because when you're a young group, you're not like carving out 30 minutes of training to go through what happens in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
of the game.
you're not doing scenarios.
You're
at
figuring
that
out team defense.
Yeah.
You're figuring out how you want to play holistically. You're not. Only when you become a very good team do you have the time to go and spend on that stuff. That's my experience anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
And so maybe Wilmer's onto something there. With
He
Freo.
is. He's already fucking hit the nail on the head with one of the great toilet humour jokes I've heard in a long time.
Yes.
Someone's added to this on YouTube saying, "Put it on your gravestone, Hammer. The person in the grave next to me has a massive cock."
All right.
Oh, I'm going to get burnt
from
to
Dr.
death,
Hansen. Dr. Hansen.
Oh, sorry. Yep, I'm
This
with
is your
you.
segment, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
typically do
true.
this
From
one,
Dr. Hansen, from Dr. Handsome, gents. Dr. Handsome here. Greetings from the croc-infested Isle of humid Darwin. Right, I have an idea for you that will blow your socks off. Now, hear me out. 2 All-Australian sides. All-Australian 1, the Premium All-Australian,
Yes.
and All-Australian 2, the Lux All-Australian.
Yes.
Sorry, not sure if Premium is better than Lux. Both names just sound fancy.
Fair enough.
Naturally, there is all talk about the All-Australian team being wrong. Players put in positions that they have never played just to squeeze them in, etc., etc. So, why not have 2 teams? That way, players will be put in their appropriate position, and if they miss out on making the premium team, the debate can rage as to what player took their spot. Will ultimately create a fierce rivalry for the following year for the players to do one better to prove themselves, whilst the premium players would be very desperate to keep their spot.
Is this like
All
Team A and Team B?
Yeah, NBA
Basically.
All-Star team and all NBA team.
I got a little
1 and
distracted
NBA
because Damo
Damo's
actually
phone
makes the
kept going on
podcast
twice.
go around. His phone rang, right, and his phone's not on silent. So instead of putting it on silent, he just like hung up on it, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But the person just rang back. So it just kept ringing. Why would he not flick that to silent?
He is a
He's
busy
not
man.
doing anything over there.
Oh, yeah.
You just
If you want,
fucking,
Damon, just-
look at you. You fucking sit there. You fucking got your RMs on. You fucking sitting back.
Just answer the call next time, mate. Just take it in our time. No worries.
He's turned your mic off.
This would also keep
Yes.
fielding debate as to those unlucky
Very
players
good.
to miss both teams' thoughts. I'm off now to go back to croc bodyboarding the Arafura Sea.
Okay. Of
course.
I think on that,
Sorry, I forgot you're still going.
I definitely think that the All-Australian team is, they do try and squeeze good players into good spots that they don't necessarily play in. I think having a team potentially somewhere that is like you are capped
Yes.
to position. But nowadays that only really works for wingers. Because like if you're a forward, you can be anywhere. If you're a back, you can be anywhere. If you're mid, you can be anywhere.
It used to be like fullback would be fullback, back pocket would be playing, like locking down. Someone. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
happen
only
anymore.
really the wingers now that are the 2 spots that don't that good players get squeezed. Like Nick Dacos was on the wing.
Correct. He never played when he's live.
He should have been an inside mid, inside mid,
yes,
and it's like they just squeeze good players out there. I don't mind the All-Star, like the NBA, all AFL Team 1 and Team 2, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's me just chilling.
Okay. So the boys proving that you're doing something over there. Is that what you're doing over there? Is that what's happening? Is that what's going
we
on,
could be
Jaiden?
punching in this entire time.
Yeah, great. What's going on over there?
No
What are these blokes doing over here?
Smith's running the show, I think.
No, Smith, sort them out, mate. Hey, I'm going to go to Pink's concert, just remembered.
Oh, yeah.
Before I leave, can I get grand final picks for you boys? I think it's going to be a Hawthorn GWS one, and I don't think that can even happen. But Hawthorn GWS and GWS win it.
I think the Hawks will play Geelong in the grand final and win.
Hawks will win.
Hawks win. Hawks.
win.
It's going to be the Jeff Kennedy will toss the coin.
That would be funny.
Geelong will beat Sydney in the grand final.
I don't know if any of these things can happen.
Yeah, they can.
Like, cannot they all happen?
Mine can happen, definitely.
I don't know if mine can. You don't know if yours can.
Well, hang on a minute. Anything can happen.
Gary Ablett said it?
I'm stealing Gary Ablett's. He said Geelong will beat
Any
Sydney.
combination in the 8 can happen.
No.
Yes.
Well, Bulldogs can't play Hawthorn in the grand final.
Besides those 2. If you pick any top 4 team with a
Brisbane
top,
Carlton.
yeah, if you pick a top 4 and a top bottom
no,
4 team, that can happen.
Is that right?
Yeah, obviously,
No, but what if they're on the same
Second
side of the draw?
chance.
doesn't matter
So can
because you can. It depend because then it'll depend on whether the first team wins or loses.
So Sydney can beat Brisbane in the grand final.
Sydney can beat Brisbane in the grand final. Sydney can
Beat
beat
Carlton.
Sydney can beat anyone in the grand final. GWS can beat anyone in the grand final. Port Adelaide can beat anyone in the grand final. I mean, everyone can beat everyone in the grand final if they get to it.
Right. I don't know if you've rattled me here or not.
So look at this: Sydney can beat anyone. Giants can beat anyone. Port and Geelong can beat anyone. Bulldogs can beat anyone but the Hawks.
So Port could beat Geelong in
Yes,
the grand
correct.
final.
Bulldogs can beat anyone but the Hawks. Hawks can beat anyone but the Bulldogs. Carlton can beat anyone but Brisbane. Brisbane can beat anyone but Carlton.
Because it's knockout.
Because it's knockout in that first round. But apart from that, every single possible other combination can hit there
So
effectively.
Hawthorn can only get to that top prelim. They cannot get to that bottom prelim. So I
Correct.
think you're wrong.
What do you mean?
So if
Hawthorn
win,
can only
and then they win again.
they can only go that top route. So that
Yep.
means that there's a side of the draw that they
yeah, so
can't
Hawks,
fucking
Yeah,
go.
but no,
Hawks
so-
can't beat Sydney in the grand final.
Yes, they can. If Sydney lose the first week,
Right.
because then they swap draws.
Correct. Yeah, sorry for doubting you.
Thank you.
So you're right.
I am right. With the exception of those knockout games, every other team can beat every other team, if that makes sense in a grand final.
Well, no, it doesn't, but I think you're right.
I am right. Thank you.
Well, that's what we're going to leave you on, guys. Paywise, powering the podcast,
Yep.
TABtouch, Shelter Brewing Co, Whippersnapper Whisky, ID Athletic, Mamba Digital, West End Plumbing, and as well as our friends at Camera Electronic. Go the Giants. Go Hawk.
Yep.
I don't know if you boys want to finish us off with something.
Nah, I need a poo.